Hey everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Bubbles in the Monkey Delicious Garage. Those are the words that came to my mind. How's it going?
That one wasn't rhyming there, Nick.
No, I just, because I didn't think about it at all. I literally just came up with the first few words that came into my mouth.
See, now I know your secret.
Came into my mouth.
There
we
I gotta
go.
think about it beforehand.
I think for like 10 seconds before I actually tell you I'm ready. It's not like I freaking go in my shower and I think about it for an hour.
Yeah, I think about those words though.
I think about poop scoopers like a week before.
I would believe
You're just
it.
always thinking about that.
So Austin's okay, in case
I'm
you're
okay.
wondering. He didn't die.
I'm not. I am not dead.
No, he's dead.
I'm okay.
All
I'm
right,
dead.
he's dead.
I'm fucking dead.
But he's
dude.
here anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
From beyond the grave. We're
The
actually...
barrier of living mortality has never stopped anyone before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting predicament.
Predicament.
So I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone, and this game seems foreign to me now.
Yeah. I just beat Austin 2 times in Hearthstone.
By a lot of
Yeah.
Hearthstone, do you mean 2 games? Or have
No,
you
I've been playing before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I've been playing it over like a week. It's a very fun game.
It is.
It's fine. Not as good as GTA 5 though.
Yeah, I've been hearing.
GTA 5 is really fun.
It's not a very popular game, but I think it's gaining a little bit of momentum now that it's been released on PC.
Yeah, it's a little bit obscure, but you know.
I can't
people
believe they
seem to
went
like-
through with 5 of these damn games.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
right?
interest
Well-
has been steadily waning for the entirety of the series.
Yeah, really. Nobody really likes it. After the first one, it was like, why even make more? You know.
Yeah.
But that me?
I don't know.
I've been here fucking but 2 minutes, and it's already.
Yeah, but
kicked
this
off.
fucker he's gonna have like a
1
million scope of powers.
damage. What?
Yeah, but I don't gain it back. He does. Look at this. He's already at fucking 24.
All right, well, who cares?
Who cares?
If I die from like, if I need one to win, then I'm gonna be real mad.
No. I should just like open up Hearthstone on an alternate tab and play both games at the same time.
We had talked about talking over the main menu screen of Magic while we all play Hearthstone on our iPhones.
I'm down with that. I'm up for that idea.
think for
an
I'm both
podcast,
down
that's
with
good.
that and up with that idea.
They should really add in 4-player Hearthstone. Cause
How would that even work though?
You'd have to rebalance.
I mean,
the whole
it
game.
worked. It works. In
I guess this
so.
works, and this does.
Yeah.
This shouldn't work.
It's-
I mean,
yeah, but
it doesn't.
It's imbalanced. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't really work. It's like imbalanced, but whatever. It's still fun.
Well,
That's true.
they'd have to add more shit to click on, obviously.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'd
They
all have
will
like a
add
diamond
things.
eye we could knock out of a skull.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm. That's a good point. That's
shit
an
like
excellent.
that.
Yeah,
Fantastic point.
that's sound
It's a
choice.
sharp point.
Sound choice.
That's a very sharp point. It's speary like.
Speary like or
Yeah, it's like a spear. No, it's speary like.
Spear E like. All right.
Yeah, it's like a
Spear
spear.
E is the name of a rapper, right?
Mhm,
Spear
yeah.
E.
Yeah, he wrote I'm in love with the Coco. Actually,
Yeah, his raps are on point.
they are. I
don't get it.
get it. I get it.
I'm out of here. That's all I got.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba, and then we bring him off with the hook.
Yep.
Yeah. From Pudge.
The pudge hook.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the hook brings you back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
It
the rest
does
of the
a little
words.
I can't handle you two today.
Why does my resolution look all weird? Like my
Why is my resolution all weird?
dude, how has the RZA not come out with a solo album
Called the resolution.
It's like a thing you should have already done.
Yeah, seriously.
You should send him a letter that's like, if you guarantee to give me $10 million, I'll tell you about this thing that you're gonna love.
There's an album title that you will
You
Die.
will love it.
you will love it.
You will love it.
You will love it.
You will love it.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
That's very
We need
surprising,
the
actually.
Looney Tunes like fade out, circle in effect every time you do that.
Circle in effect.
What do you call that when the like it's like a transition, but it's just the the circle getting smaller?
It's a circle
they-
jerk.
Yeah, I believe
yeah,
it's called a
circle jerk.
circle jerk. But no, all those transitions have specific names, but
Have to open up,
Yeah, doesn't
It's a
Yeah.
radial fade.
I think you're right, actually.
Yeah.
What about a
Well, it's not a fade; it's a transition.
It's a radial transition.
Yeah.
Were we talking about radial somewhere or others a few episodes ago?
Radial circle jerks.
Oh yeah, radial menus. They're the best.
Oh yeah. How the fuck do you remember that?
Because I love radial menus. They're the fucking great. You know what has a radial menu? Fucking GTA 5.
Fucking mine nuts.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft. They don't.
Oh, I thought you were
radial
making a
menus are
Sherlock
amazing.
reference.
Was I?
That's
I don't even-
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
I get you.
Is that what they call it in Germany? Minecraft?
Oh, no.
Minecraft.
Is that offensive?
Minecraft and craft and craft and craft.
I don't know why every time I play it like some kind of like FPS game with evil stuff, they've got to make the ultimate bad guy be a German dude that's like lost his mind.
And he's a scientist, of course.
He's always a scientist. Like, I understand the Nazi thing was a thing, but like, can we just not anymore?
Yeah.
It's a ring-a-ling-ding. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, 7 damage.
I don't think
like the
that'll
hook.
hurt you very much. You're gonna get it all back right now.
He really is.
Least health of all.
Well, right now.
You're gonna get it back right now.
You probably are going to get it back right
I
now.
can tell you what else is gonna bring it back. Look.
Your mama? Oh, yeah, Pudge.
No.
Fresh meat!
That was interesting. Is this? Oh, wow.
Oh, all right. Goodbye, Austin.
Okay, I've been had fun. I'm glad to be back. Rather be dead.
Oh, it's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true, but it's sad.
It is
It's
sad.
both things, yeah.
Should be a new word for it, like true or to add.
Tad.
Bad
No,
wrong.
to add.
Or badong.
Badong, yes. Killing is badong. It might be the best movie ever made.
It's
history.
probably one of the worst movies ever made.
No,
But I love it, and that's what's important.
But see, just because you love it because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good.
I don't necessarily love it because it's
What?
bad. I love it because I thought it was really funny when I was a kid.
I still think it's funny. I went back and watched like a highlight video of it on YouTube, and I thought I wasn't gonna like it at all. I laughed still. I had a great time.
I'd probably still laugh, yeah, if I watched the things.
I was
But
like, no, this is still funny. I get that it shouldn't be, but it is.
you're gonna sanguiner my blood.
Excuse me.
Why'd you do that?
What? What? Oh, sync your.
Soon Austin will have over 20 health again.
No.
Yep.
He's gonna hit me with his raggin,
He doesn't have to.
badaggin.
There's no guarantees.
Oh, what's a new card?
So I should apologize to the viewers because I misunderstood a press release and incorrectly labeled Mortal Kombat X with some bad information. The character pack thing that I was talking about is actually a season pass that they call the Combat Pack. They don't make it very clear that it's a season pass in my opinion, but still, I probably could have figured that out. So the characters are not actually just locked behind a paywall. They don't exist yet, from what I've heard.
Okay.
But there are 3 characters that exist in the game that you can't play as for some reason. I don't really get why that's the way it is.
Well, that's
Probably
always
gonna sell 'em
fun.
later.
Why can't you just have them?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I don't know. Like, it looks like they have moves. Maybe they use them as NPCs somewhere. Or maybe you
weird.
fight them later in the campaign. I don't know.
people are saying that like they might add Ryu to Smash.
Like Ryu from
Hayabusa?
Street Fighter?
I don't know actually.
Yeah, which one? Ryu Hayabusa or the one from Street Fighter?
Maybe Ryu Hayabusa. That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
It would. I mean that. Well, no. I mean they're
No.
both Capcom characters.
Oh, I
so-
guess yeah. Well,
What?
they were saying that they data mined the new Smash update and there were
Ryu
sound
Hayabusa's
files.
from Tecmo.
Oh.
Look, man, I don't know names. There's a lot of people named Ryu. All right.
Are any of them named Hayabusa?
Specifically the ones we're talking about now. How are those?
They're all right. But yeah, they were saying there were sound files like that were data mined for a Ryu, one Ryu. Whether or not
One
it's
singular Ryu.
whether or not it's that Ryu or this Ryu is yet to be seen.
Well, that's all right. The new character, if they make a Ryu character and put it into Smash, then it's going to take like until 2018 for them to
Right.
put it in. So
Right. Oh man.
they must have like one dude. Well, actually, no. Miyazaki is famous for taking a long time on balancing, but still, or not Miyazaki. What's his name?
Miyakaki.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Miyakaki. Miyakaki Doodoo, I think.
Is that
Pretty
racist or no?
It's Sakurai,
could
by the
be.
way. Wow, that's a shiny ass card. It's got haste.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'd be fucking. Oh, it does. Never mind. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Why does it have haste? It doesn't say it has haste. What's giving it haste?
The ogre battle driver.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Fuck this.
Wow. What is happening?
It's
Hey.
the dragon.
Nick, I might be able to help you if you don't kill me this turn. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I would not suggest that you do that.
I mean, you're dead, Nick. You don't act like you're not fucking dead when I'm dead.
I think Nick's fine.
Shut the fuck up, Nick. You're not fine. All right, give me a turn, and then if I draw a land, everything will be happy again.
I
He's
don't
got the trick of scavenging.
have
Look,
a goddamn
that's-
chance here, so...
That's 21. No, you do. I mean, because if I do what I do, you're still gonna have 30 life, and I'm still gonna have 3 life. But all those
do it,
dragons will be gone. Trust me. Just trust
Don't
me.
do
It's
it, Nick.
beneficial for you. You
Nick,
will lose
don't
if you kill
believe-
me.
Don't believe him.
It's 100% guaranteed you will.
Nick,
Okay, thank
you son of a bitch.
I mean, I might not even draw the card.
I can't even worry
I-
because,
I-
like, Rob's gonna kill me in a turn anyway, so even if I piss
Yeah,
him
no,
off, it
I
doesn't make any difference.
I didn't draw the card, so everyone's fine.
Oh, thank God.
By everyone's fine, you mean Rob secured the victory.
Yeah. I mean, I could do this, but it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, you got this.
You should
guy.
just get back up to 20 health this turn. That would probably help.
Yeah.
You always get back up to 20 health.
I can't do the thing. I was gonna kill myself with the pay 7 life thing, but it won't let me. It's lame.
Wow. They should
Can I
pass
commit-
legislation to make that legal in your state.
You need to make Sudoku legal in Texas.
That's annoying.
It's
It's
actually
just a
trippy.
bunch of numbers. Come on.
Rob, you should win.
Yeah, I'm considering how exactly I wish to do that.
I mean, you can leave me alive, right? Hey, yeah, no, that was the joke.
Oh, whoops-a-daisy. That's the wrong one.
You're gonna kill me with the other one. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And you gonna slam jam Nick's ham?
Yeah.
Call it a ham. Just
It's like
one
a tom
ham
tom.
is enough. Just slam my ham. You don't have to ham.
Oh, right, I forgot I could do this. Yeah, okay, right. All right, so, well, I'll do that.
Oh, you're gonna just do all the extra damage to him.
Yeah, actually, Nick might be dead this turn, now that I think about it, because I'm going to...
Wow.
Yeah, because of the War
This is
Storm
some
Surge.
Hearthstone combination bullshit.
Honestly, that dragon for 8, it doesn't even seem like it's enough to cast for how effective it is.
Well, it very rarely works out. Like, this is the first time I've had this in my deck for like months, and this is the first time it's ever worked. So, yeah. Goodbye, Nick.
Wow.
I didn't even get to attack a single time this whole game.
Wait, does it just like keep going infinite? What is...
Well, it's every dragon that attacks. So every time I
You're
attack
an
with a
idiot, 'cause
dragon,
this has
it makes...
lifelink, so I'm still alive.
Oh yeah.
So if I draw my land, you're gonna be in a really bad position.
I'd be
I think
really
you're
sad.
still targeting me, even though I'm -6 dead. Oh, okay. So
Oh
Man,
my
I
god,
really
if
hope
I
that
draw
doesn't-
my... Oh my god, if I draw the card, I can actually win. Oh, this is just sweet irony. I don't win, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It would have been hilarious if I
You
did.
have a second sanguine blood.
were
Yeah.
you gonna wipe the board? Was that the idea?
Well, I have the wipe the board card, but if I would have drawn... If I would have drawn the card that does a specific amount of damage... actually, no, I would have actually needed both Sanguine Bloods, I think. I don't have a card that deals 8.
I'm gonna double up.
Oh, no,
my-
I would... Yeah, no, I would need the second one. I'm just gonna make sure. Oh, we should just end the game. This is gonna take a while. We should just end it.
Oh my
Like,
god.
No, it's fine.
will it happen immediately?
You're just gonna...
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You're gonna enter some kind of Dragon Mobius strip bullshit where it just goes on forever. Infinite
I would have
dragon
actually
regression.
doubled up my dragons. Yeah. Yeah.
Taken a while. You would have probably crashed the game at that point, though.
Maybe. Yeah. What were you gonna get? Was it the wipe everything?
I had to wipe everything already. I
You
just
needed another
it
land.
takes 3 white lands, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm glad that didn't happen. That said, though, if I drew like a single creature, then a creature that had like at least 5.
No, you would have lost it wipes all non-land permanents.
Oh yeah, but like so I would have had. But I would have had. Oh right, yeah, I would have killed
Yeah.
the Warstorm Surge.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been trash.
Dang, I'm looking at all these new cards that they added.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
keep giving me free cards all the time. I don't know what that's about. Some kind of
Probably
trick.
like as a sorry, this game's shitty.
We'll give you a card for every diamond in the UI, so we'll be here for 100,000 years.
All right.
Well, the first set of cards is just a bunch of lands. All right, here we go. Oh, they're making all colored decks viable, I guess, with this.
Yeah. Triple land.
Oh, Bear's Companion.
Oh, Bear's
we
gonna
should
love
tell
that.
Bear about that.
Yeah.
Really?
He loves
Good.
things that have Bear in the title.
He
When
really
Bear's
does.
Companion enters the battlefield, put a 4/4 green bear creature token onto the battlefield.
Fuck yeah. Bear would love that.
I mean, he gets to
Can
summon...
you make a bear deck? Are there any more
I
bears?
don't think there's enough bears, dude.
I have a goblin. My goblin dragon deck's pretty cool. I like it, especially when I can get that combo going
Does it
with the
have any
Warstorm
bears in it?
Surge. Nick, I did 30 damage to you with Warstorm Surge from summoning dragons.
Do you want me to be proud of you?
I'm just thinking about it.
Armament Corpse. When Armament Corpse enter the battlefield, distribute 2+1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 targets. These cards seem pretty cool, but they also seem pretty like not.
Yeah, that's not that great.
Because these are extremely expensive cards.
Yeah, and this costs 6 mana, and it requires 3 different mana types.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there was a hole in that particular set of colors, so they tried to fill it.
Yeah, maybe. Target creature can't block
What was
this
it, like
turn. That's
black,
pretty
white,
good,
red
actually.
or something?
Yeah, it's black, white, red.
Yeah.
Red, white, smack.
Yeah, that too. Warden of the Eye, a Djinn wizard.
Hey, Rob, why don't you read some comments or something? You got any queued up?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will look at that and just una memento. Non-creature, non-land card from graveyard to your hand. Okay, let me go do that. Let me go open her up.
Just thinking some compelling content is you talking about cards that aren't on my screen.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Okay, don't hear my thing. All right, let's see. Newest first.
Oh, Rob has a new headset, by the way, in case we've never said
you
that
do?
here.
I do, yeah. I'm wearing
nice.
earbuds, and
Earbuds.
the thing worked. The only downside is that you guys ever get the thing when you wear earbuds where you can like feel them on the back of your throat?
Nope.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. It's just like a weird sinus thing I have, I guess.
It's
But
'cause
like
they're
if I'm
tiny
pushing
golden
stuff into my
retrievers,
ear,
they push the hair right down your sinuses.
Going with the airbud thing still, are you?
I'm
okay,
trying,
so
but nobody
people
cares.
saying stuff about the Mortal Kombat 10.
Yeah, I addressed that already.
Someone asked
fucked
if I
up.
heard of Xenonauts. I actually mentioned Xenonauts in the last
Yeah,
episode
but have
as
you
well.
heard of it, though?
I actually haven't. I have mentioned it, but I never heard of it.
Okay.
Is it easy to tell? Fatalities don't do anything gameplay wise, and people do anyways. They want DLC for the characters don't like season pass. Right.
Yeah.
I still don't like the purchase fatalities thing. Yes, it doesn't. It's not pay to win, but it's still scummy.
The counter that people were presenting was that you can earn those coins in the game with in-game currency as well.
Okay.
Does that work for you better, or... Because I still kind of find it scummy anyway.
No, because here's the thing. Like it's like I said, the rest of the game is simplified so that it's easier for a casual fighting game player to pick up and play. The only thing that they didn't fully simplify is the fatalities, which are really fun to do. And instead of doing that, which is clearly part of their overall game design mantra of making the game easier to play for a casual fighting game player and less daunting. Instead of adopting that and putting it through the entirety of the game, they instead say, "Hey, you can pay for it instead."
Right, but you can also not pay for it. You can also just grind the game if you want to get coins and buy them.
Either
anyway.
way, like it's not that's not how like. Here's that argument if you take it to its logical extreme. Why simplify the game for casual players? Why not make them pay for a more casual and easier to fight experience, and then make it harder if you don't want to play? But you could still grind and make the game easier and make all the combos easier to hit. You see, it doesn't really hold up. Like it's either you do it or you don't.
I thought what was telling too is that they give you, I think, 5 of them to start, which is almost like the free to play kind of mantra of like how they're like, here's your drug, and then slowly wean you off it, and then it's like, oh, but I want my fix kind of
on top
technique.
of that, yeah. Right, exactly. And on top of that, for a $60 game, I don't think a $60 game should have fucking microtransactions.
It's weird how people are becoming way more accepting of microtransactions as the
They
months
really
and
are,
years
yeah.
go by. Like it's honestly just like everyone's totally okay with it now, even though it's still awful. And
That shit was going on in like 2007 when they were putting it in all the Need for Speed games that were just like pay to unlock all the cars, or like
Right.
just, like have all the shit done, just like beat the game, just pay.
Yeah, pay to beat the
Like,
game.
that was a thing they were doing for a while, and they kind of backed off on it a little bit. And I think it was mostly just like EA doing that, mostly like out of the whole group. But now apparently Warner Brothers like, whatever, we'll see what we can get away with.
What's the deal with you shrugging off Splatoon, Nick and Rob? There's a game that actually pretty damn original and in fact new IP, and said Rob said it doesn't count because it's not as creative and original as Pikmin was. Well, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think it's. I still don't think it's as creative as.
I don't know
Pikmin
what's
was.
original about it. It's like a team-based shooter with paint.
I mean, it has some pretty cool mechanics to it, but I don't know. At the same time, there is a difference in experience between a multiplayer competitive game and a single-player. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not gonna fall in love with the world they create. You're gonna fall in love with the feelings you get by beating people in it.
Right.
You're gonna love the
Right.
mechanics. You're not gonna
It's-
love the whole feeling of the whole game.
The thrill of that game is going to be when you've mastered, when you pull off sick moves and you've mastered your abilities to control the mechanics of the game to defeat your opponents, which isn't the same as like something like a Pikmin, where it is like a unique game design.
It's a story.
Yeah, there's different experiences that you get from that. Yes, you still get the mechanical like catharsis of like, okay, I'm better at the game now, but you get that with every game. But the real, like, what you really get is the feeling of the whole rest of the game and playing in a completely unique experience that had never really been done before.
It's also, and this is more of a personal thing, not necessarily wrong with the game itself, but it's kind of, I like to call it the Dota effect. Like, it's happened with all multiplayer games. I think Rob can agree. Like, when you have a game like Dota, which is like one of the maximum levels of multiplayer you can hit, like same with like League of Legends or any kind of MOBA, where there's just so much going on. It's so competitive. It's so action-packed in terms of, a versus game that most other multiplayer games tend to feel very less impactful because it's just not the same as that kind of game. And so with single player games, it doesn't really happen because every single player game is a different kind of experience that you're getting. But right, with multiplayer games, the experience is winning most of the time.
Yeah.
Wait,
you
so
can kind of,
because you love Dota so much, like other multiplayer games just don't even register? Is that what you're saying?
they're not as fun at the end of the day, because it's way more fun to win in Dota than it's going to be in most other games. And since that's really the idea is, at a very base level, the idea is winning. That again,
But
Dota's
I don't
just
think
a
they're
bit more
marketing
fun.
it to Dota players. I don't.
Right?
Think
No, I
it's
know.
the
That's
same
why I said it was
circles.
more of a no. That's why I said it was more of a personal thing at that point.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of relate though. I mean, I went through a phase where there was a lot of competing MMOs, but I stuck to WoW because that's the one I had already put the time in, and I already had friends in, and I already had all my gear done, and I knew my way around. It's like I don't have to build a new account, pay for it, set it up, figure it out, and all of that shit.
Right.
So I kind of understand where you're coming from with that, but at the same time, I think they're so different. I don't know they necessarily equate that way either. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, also that's the thing. Like, it is for me also personally. I'm less excited about. I mean, it still looks fun, and I would like to play it, but I already have a competitive game in my life, and I don't really want another one. Even though it's like a casual competitive game, it's still by its very basis competitive since it's a team deathmatch, game type.
I mean, that in and of itself feels lazy to me, because there's
It does,
so
yeah.
many things that you could have done that involve so much more effort in figuring out, characterization, narrative, art assets even are simplified and something like that. All of the animations are all simplified. You're just kind of taking the way that seems like the course of least resistance for the market at the moment, which is kind of what we've been accusing Nintendo of for a while now.
Yes.
So that's why I feel it's consistent in that way.
It is. I mean, it's Nintendo's first-person shooter. Like, Wii U doesn't have any first-person shooters, competitive online first-person shooters. That's what the market wants right now. And That's Nintendo's, and yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's more creative than something like a Call of Duty, I guess, if you wanted to, look it up or compare it that way. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it doesn't like grip me. It looks fun, but I don't know.
I just don't know what the fuss is, really. I mean, I've watched trailers and I'm like, all right, that's like, I could, maybe if that was a $10 indie game, I might try it. I still probably wouldn't even buy it at that.
Yeah, I don't get the fuss around it being a huge, like, blockbuster.
Yeah, me either.
Thing.
Yeah, like, I don't either. I think it's just because that's like the only Nintendo game that we know on the horizon. That's like, well, actually, is that even first party? That is first party Nintendo, right?
I think so. First party with Nintendo gets confusing because they have so many teams and.
It does, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it is.
Splatoon, Wikipedia. It is first party. It's Nintendo EAD Group Number 2.
Yeah,
so.
they're fucking
classic EAD Group Number 2.
Yeah, we all know their famous titles, the Nintendo EAD Group Number 2.
They named that guy in F-Zero X after that, didn't they?
Yeah,
Mr. E.
I think so, yeah.
It's a real thing.
All right, what did they make? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Sunday Horse 2.
I should have looked this up because this takes away a lot from what I want in their in their game history. So what they made was Me Channel, Wii Sports, Wii Play. Wii Sports it was bundled with the system. I mean, it was fun, but it was
but people wanted it really badly. So like, even when they broke their copy, which they did often, apparently, they came and they bought out every used copy we would get in at GameStop for like 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, it was the best thing to play when you had friends over at the time on the Wii.
Yeah, Wii Bowling was a hit with the senior citizens. If that's
and they also made
Wii
Music.
All right, that one actually fucks everything up.
Yeah, that's
what did they make?
They also Wii Music.
Oh.
Yeah, and Wii Sports Resort.
Dude, I played Wii Music. It was actually hot garbage.
Yeah, it's real bad.
We can transition. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, however, they did make. I think these are the ones that people say are good. They made Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Yeah, that's fine.
Animal Crossing Plaza, which is the Miiverse application.
I don't know anything about that.
I
have New Leaf.
Yeah, and then way back when in 2006 they made Star Fox Command, which I still don't know if that's good or not.
I think we had mixed receptions from people in the comments talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Just a fun little tidbit here. Not counting Tetris, which has sold 100 million copies. Wii Sports is the top-selling game of all time on any platform at 82.54 million copies.
But they count the bundle sales though, right?
Right.
So,
but
how many Wiis were sold? You have to weigh that against how many Wiis were sold. Subtract that number and then put it against number 2.
God, you know what the fifth most selling game of all time is?
Say Wii Play.
Mario Kart Wii.
Oh,
really? All time. That's actually surprising.
People love Mario Kart.
People really thought that steering wheel did something special. They didn't know when they bought it that it was just a plastic bit that you put the Wiimote into. So, like, it was constantly funny to see, like, how much they wanted that steering wheel. And then when they'd see them on the shelf, they were like, oh, this is just, like, the Mad Catz or, like, the Nyko or whatever, like, shitty versions. So they could actually see that it was just a shell. They're like, wait a minute, like, this isn't as good as the Nintendo one, right? And they're like, no, it's the same shit.
I think it's just crazy that Mario Kart Wii has sold more copies than Minecraft by just about 1 million.
A little shocking, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Wii Play, because then that would be the same story as what Rob said, because Wii Play was bundled with the extra Wiimotes. So we were told to always upsell people at GameStop, but when they wanted a Wiimote, you sell them Wii Play because they're getting a game for $10 more.
Yeah. Wii Play is the 11th most selling
set of games.
Oh, well, there you go. 11th most selling.
I don't even remember what was in that bundle. I don't think it was anything that amazing.
Nintendogs is like the 15th most selling. But that way, that wasn't bundled, was it?
It seems like people actually are liking Mortal Kombat 10 also, by the way.
There was a Nintendogs DS that was available for a while, but I don't think that would have been responsible for a massive influx. People just bought a lot of that game. Also, there was like 4 different SKUs, maybe more. So I don't know do they track them all?
I don't know. This is just a base. Like,
it just says straight up Nintendogs, right?
Nintendogs, and then the system says there's no DS.
Okay, because yeah, since there's multiple dogs you could purchase, I don't know how they bundle them. I guess they put them together. But yeah, I've been hearing the same thing that Rob said, that Mortal Kombat's actually fine. It's just all of the shitty stuff around it that we were bugged by.
Yeah. Oh, well, also Caspian Crawdad said, and this is true. I mean, we recorded it
The day
before
it was
Tuesday.
the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, when it was really bad. So, I mean, it's just a shitty game release. That's where we've come to expect that.
Well, it was on Tuesday. It was the day everything was
right.
up.
Garbage. Yeah.
Hot garbage. But I wanted to transition to talk about Wii music into the new Guitar Hero game was announced.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did that last episode a bit.
Yeah.
But what do you have to say about it? I'd be curious to hear your impressions.
It looks very weird, but I can't say that I wasn't extremely interested in the idea that they have.
Wait, you can't say that you weren't? You are interested in it, or you aren't? I'm sorry, the double negatives.
Am.
You are interested.
I am interested, yeah. But I still, at the same time, it was very weird. I don't know how it would feel to have two strings now instead of just 5 frets. So there's 3 frets and 2 strings. No. Yeah, I'm not saying like, I don't know whether or not I'll
think of the bar chords.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be really interesting. I don't know. The last Guitar Hero game that I played was Guitar Hero 3. I never got the ones after that. I just got Rock Band after that. But yeah, I'm excited for both Rock Band 4 and the new Guitar Hero.
The idea of the full motion crowds just really, really screws me up, though. Because there's going to be the same bunch of people in all of them, right? So you're going to get used to seeing the same animations so many times. I mean, I know it's the same with the digital actors, but when it's actual people, the detail is so high that it's like you just see the details more obviously.
I think that'll be novel for a bit, and then at a point it'll just be like, I'm just playing Guitar Hero. I'm not going to be looking at anything besides the fretboard at that point.
I would rather they just eliminated the crowd entirely, just like make it the pure experience.
Right. Well, I at a point I would actually just play a lot of the songs that I played in practice mode because it was like a static screen, and I would just do that for like Rock Band and Guitar Hero. So
give us a training room like in freaking Mortal Kombat or Marvel vs. Capcom, or something. It's just a bunch of like a grid in the background.
But
yeah, I'm reading about it's the mouse and keyboard versus controller debate right now as well. That I'm reading.
We settled that.
Yeah, I mean we mostly did. Archon Zach though brings up a good point, is that while the mouse gives you better freedom to aim and faster aiming and more precise aiming, the movement is less precise than with a controller, which I agree. I do agree. The movement with the stick is definitely better than WASD if you're talking about a first person shooter.
Is this a general debate? Since I wasn't here, mouse versus keyboard.
Nothing. Yeah. It's just preference, but we kind of came to the conclusion that for like platformers, controllers usually better. FPS, mouse and keyboard usually better.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know. I use controller. If I can use a controller, I'll probably use a controller in most scenarios, even FPS games, like because that's where I started with was Halo. So
yeah,
that's what I'm used to. Like, even if I play an FPS, like when Titanfall came out, I was playing that with a controller. Like I just don't.
Jared Ruiz made a good point, where if I want to play competitively, basically is what he's saying, or if I want to have that precision and that frenetic gameplay, I'll play with the mouse and keyboard. But if I want to just like it's more easy, it's easier to play casually on a controller, like a first-person shooter, if you just want to like fuck around with your friends or whatever. Then he likes playing with the gamepad, and that's totally fair too. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. See, for me though, I actually have more I can't play with a gamepad casually, just because I've never gotten good with the stick at all. Like even if I have the aim assist and the lock on and all that stuff, I've never gotten that good. So it always feels like I always feel like a little kid trying to hold a controller for the first time when I'm playing a first-person shooter with a gamepad. But I can understand how you would feel like, yeah, it would be easy to casually just sit back and play with the gamepad with your friends or whatever.
Fair enough.
With the aim assist and all that.
You don't even have to have aim assist. They usually turn it off actually.
Yeah, it gets in the way a lot of times.
It does tend to.
Me and Rob actually had an argument. I think this was like 2 years ago. We had it multiple times over because I wanted to play Modern Warfare on the computer, Modern Warfare 2,
Yeah.
and I wanted to use a controller, and he was telling me that I was going to get wrecked if I did that, and I disagreed with him, and I still disagree with him.
Yeah, you're wrong.
No.
You will. They're actually we were talking about that in the last episode that they did tests on this with multiple games where they tried to add cross-platform support for like first-person shooters, and every time that they did, they just had to ditch the idea, not because they couldn't get it to work, but because the console players were just getting destroyed. They just couldn't stay competitive against the mouse and keyboard players.
My argument, and I still think this holds up, is that for Modern Warfare 2, the game, I mean, it's a Twitch shooter, but a lot of for at least for my way I play, like it wasn't about me being faster than the other person. It was about me being in the position where I wouldn't have to be faster than the other person. So the whole game became a positioning game, as opposed to a just 1v1 shooter game. Like a lot of the game types even played around that. Like Search and Destroy was probably the most competitive game type, which is again just one team's trying to plant a bomb and the other trying to prevent that or defuse it if it does get planted. And obviously that it's a 5-on-5 game and you only have one life, so every corner you go around there might be a person. So whether you're defending or being offensive, you need to understand where people might be and put yourself in a position where you will have the advantage in a firefight. So my argument was, at the end of the day, that holds more ground than me just being more or less accurate with the controller.
And I think you're right, because that game in particular has such bad lag that when you walk around a corner, sometimes you haven't actually gone around it yet.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Positioning yourself is actually really smart in that idea, and trying to out-twitch somebody, it's not going to probably happen.
Positioning is important, and I will agree that it probably is more important than your ability to aim and shoot precisely, because, I mean, it is designed for the console anyway, right? So, that said, though, I played Call of Duty on the PC and in the multiplayer, and positioning is still the most important thing. But at the same time, with the mouse and keyboard, I can check corners faster when you walk around a corner, when you walk into a room, when you can, when somebody is behind you. I can do all those things faster than a player on the gamepad would be able to. So I still have the ability to position myself properly, which is important to play the game. But then also I get the added advantage of being able to aim faster and find where my target is faster as well.
I'm not arguing that that's not true, but I'm just saying that didn't hold enough. I think that wouldn't matter as much for, at least, again, we were talking about this specific game, Modern Warfare 2. Also, I know it's still different, but I also played on an extremely high sensitivity, so it's not as different as if I played on a normal sensitivity.
Yeah.
In that regard.
You do have to play on high sensitivity.
Oh, yeah, no.
Gamepad if you're not going to...
I played like 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah,
10 was just too fast.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't try to mitigate those issues as much because I was just getting killed so fast every time I'd respawn that it was just like I was relegated to the realm of casual no matter how seriously I tried to take it. Because the people that play really well are just, they dominate you every time.
See, I played on PC, and I only played the hardcore mode, which I was actually really frustrated. Hardcore was the best in my opinion, and then what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was really frustrated when in Modern Warfare 2 they made hardcore mode unlockable, which was really annoying because I just wanted to play on hardcore mode. That was just better in my opinion than the regular mode.
Agreed, but it does unlock pretty fast. Like 20 levels. But again, that should
still though. I don't want to play, like, I know what game mode I like, and I want to be able to play that from the start. Like I don't need that to be gamified. Yeah. I know all the other things. I understand why the other things are gamified, but I don't want the game modes to be gamified.
The thing about Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 as well is that the maps are, like, that's the strongest point about the game, are the maps. They're so well designed in those two games.
They're balanced, yeah.
They're very, very good. And that leads to the positioning aspect of it.
No, that's why I agree with you, because I know, like, I played a lot of the Call of Duty multiplayer, and the thing is, like, me knowing the map basically lets me know the routes. I mean, it's a lot like it's a lot like Dota in that way. Like understanding like the different like choke points and the high grounds and the juke spots. Like that's all really important if you want to be good at Dota. And in Call of Duty, it's similar in that way. And like you do have to know the routes that you take from point A to point B whenever you're trying to reach a different objective of where enemies are and where people are going to be hiding and where things are going to be. So
and then they're going to be clipped through a rock anyway, shooting out.
The important aspect of that game was always the spawn system was very predictable. So you needed to understand when the when the game was going to spawn flop. Which
was that you leveling up in Call of Duty? Dun dun dun.
No, but as one team made a progression on the other team and beat them and you know gained position, eventually the game is like, all right, if we keep spawning them here, it's just going to be really unfair. So they flop the spawns, which becomes a little bit unfair because now you've just lost all your position. But that's why you have to understand when that happens. All right, we got to start worrying about where these guys are coming from a completely different area now. So
yeah,
it was a good game. Call of Duty gets a lot of shit, but Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2 are really good games. The other games are shit though, because the maps were shit in all the other games and all that.
The idea of being in a battle where there's no decisive like enemy combatant line, that just everyone is just in this constant circular skirmish, I always thought was so strange. Like you would know in any normal battle, like people behind me are my guys, people in front of me are the bad guys. But you just can never have that because there's always this circular thing where all the walls are set up in a way to keep you moving and focusing towards center. It's just so confusing to me. I mean, I get that's good balance, but it's weird.
And that's why I say with the mouse and keyboard, having the ability to flip around quickly and move to where your target's going to be.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, right? Like that like Austin was saying, that's what you need to understand is where you're. It's not necessarily where people are. It's where they're going to be. And when you learn the maps and understand the positioning, then you're going to know where they're going to be. You know, and again, like that's, I will liken that again to Dota because that's how you find kills in Dota at higher levels. Yeah. It's not that you see them necessarily. I mean, a lot of the kills are because you see them showing on the map, but it's understanding where they are based on what they're going to be doing. You know,
Call of Duty is more ubiquitous than Dota. You're doing the comparison backward.
Yeah.
I don't think people need to learn how to relate to Call of Duty is what I mean.
yeah, that's fair. But I mean in the sense of like a competitive way. Sure. I think a lot of the competitive games have that as like a running like common denominator. Is really being able to predict what your opponent is going to do.
I want to play Call of Duty now.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really. I stopped.
You can do Call of Duty in GTA now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I can't quickscope noobs with my freaking sniper rifle.
You can. Right. You totally can. There's really first-person mode, dude.
That's true, but is there a... Oh, God. I can't remember the name of the sniper now. Never mind. Intervention. Is there an intervention?
The G1 with the ACOG scope.
Yeah. G1 with the ACOG scope.
Right? That's the thing, isn't it?
Fuck ACOG scopes, dude. No, I can't do that shit. It changed your field of view in such a weird way. Like, it would like have to zoom in, and it's so confusing.
Then get the thermal vision, shoot everyone through walls like a real man.
Dude, thermal on Wasteland is the only way to play Wasteland.
Yeah,
God, actually, we're such Call of Duty fans.
I was gonna say though,
dude, I have like 2,500 hours in Modern Warfare 2. All right, that's a lot of hours. That's all I played for a long time.
Honestly, a lot of my hours in video games, like number 1 is Dota, number 2 is probably in the Call of Duty games. Honestly, I spent a lot of Counter-Strike and then Call of Duty. But you know, actually, I was gonna say I forgot we have so much to actually talk about.
What?
Because there's a bunch of shit happened since the last time we recorded.
All right, it depends what you're gonna say now.
Okay,
go for it.
So, firstly, Batman vs Superman first trailer came out.
Nothing to say about
that. Weird.
Yes, it does look. It looks a bit strange.
My brain's like, how the fuck is Batman gonna stand a goddamn chance against?
Oh, that's what I always hear too. But there is precedent for Batman fighting Superman. In fact, in Hush, Batman beats Superman by wearing a kryptonite ring because Superman gets charmed by Poison Ivy, so that he like has to do evil things. So Batman takes out his kryptonite ring and then beats the fuck out of Superman, and but he almost breaks his hand doing it, but he does do it.
All right, so Superman can shoot fucking lasers out of his eyes, right?
Yeah,
so Batman can't move faster than his laser vision.
But not if... You know what? This actually circles back to what we were just talking about, right? Positioning is the most important.
In the trailer, he's standing right in front of him, though.
Okay, well, in that particular scenario... Okay, so that in that trailer, in that part... that actually is going back to another time in the comics that is precedented when Batman and Superman fought. And that's from The Dark Knight Returns, written by Frank Miller, which is actually really fucking good, and I would suggest everyone reads it, including you two in the call, because it's awesome. And that armor is literally... It's like basically the exact same armor that Frank Miller drew for Batman when he fought Superman in that scenario.
It's such a boring premise. There's only one way to kill Superman. You know Batman's gonna get a kryptonite something at some point to even stand a chance. So that's the story I've already written and handed it to you.
Well, that's the thing, actually, is when he's wearing that armor, he's not using any kryptonite. But I won't spoil what happens in Dark Knight Returns.
You can't beat up Superman. You just can't do it.
You can with kryptonite, but that's the thing about the Dark Knight Returns battle armor that Batman is wearing, is he doesn't use kryptonite, and something different happens than what you would expect, is all I'll say without spoiling it.
You can beat up Superman, apparently, so they changed the rules arbitrarily, which makes it not interesting to me.
I don't want to spoil it, is the thing.
Consistency is key for a superhero's powers, I would say.
Yeah.
See, the thing is that I don't give a fuck about Superman in any way. Like, I don't care about that character. Like, Batman's cool, all right? His movies are cool. Fuck, I don't give a shit about Superman, dude.
Yeah. Superman is pretty whack.
So, regardless of that, though, fucking Avengers comes out in like a month, right?
Yeah, where the fuck did that come from? All of a sudden, there's a trailer, and it's like, oh, that's coming out in like, a month. Like, what?
Yeah, Jurassic World as well.
That's gonna be bad, though.
That's gonna be very bad.
It's gonna be really bad.
Well, it's probably going to be bad, but what if it's good?
Well, then I'll be happy, but there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the trailer, dude?
Yeah, the trailer looks really bad.
It looks real bad.
Yeah. But there have been movies where the trailer is awful.
Oh, I agree.
And the movie is good.
Yeah.
So
but
it could be.
I can't not. But see, like 99% of the time, though, bad trailer, bad movie.
Yes. Yeah, you're right about that.
But I won't say that there's not a chance.
That's the Batman vs Superman trailer. It was like, okay, this could be good. I could see this being good. I mean, the thing is that's I actually wanted to go back to that for a second because the thing about Superman is that yes, he is very boring, and he's even called in the DC universe like the Big Blue Boy Scout, as people make fun of him. But the relationship between Batman and Superman is actually pretty interesting.
It's probably all Batman, though. It probably all comes from Batman.
Well, no, it's partly that they're both on the same side, but they view how to go about it like the means are different for them, and that causes conflict between their relationship. In the DC universe, they're still like friends, sort of, but like as much as a friend to Batman as anyone could be, basically. And but their relationship is pretty interesting in how they interact with each other because their means are often different. They want the same ends, but the means are different. So that kind of dynamic might be interesting in Batman versus Superman. I could be into that, and honestly, Ben Affleck looked pretty cool. I mean,
that's another thing. They keep changing who's Batman. I can't.
Well, Ben Affleck looks pretty cool. Like the suit that he's wearing in that not the Dark Knight Returns armor, but the regular Batman suit, which also, by the way, I think this entire movie is inspired by Dark Knight Returns and Frank Miller in general, by the way, because the suit that he wears is obviously inspired by the Dark Knight Returns suit, because the Dark Knight Returns suit is the one with the tiny little bat ears on the top. and it's like big and beefy and muscular, and he looks like he looks brawlic as fuck in that movie, in the trailer.
Welcome to Brawlholic as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's a thing.
So no nipples, though.
Well, and then no nipples.
Oh.
Unfortunately, no nipple suit Batman, but armored Batman. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about, this is all in the ways of trailers, the fucking Force Awakens trailer. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. See,
No,
it's funny because me and Nick both talked about how we didn't really like Star Wars that much.
Yeah.
That trailer was really fucking hype.
Yeah, right?
I can't not say that.
How it opens up with the... It's just like... And then you see the fucking Star Destroyer, and it's
susceptible to this shit.
Oh, dude, it looks so fucking cool.
It's the same theme they've been using for 40 years.
Yeah, and it's John Williams, and John Williams is a goddamn genius, and I am fine with that. In fact, actually, it's not necessarily the same theme that they've been using for 40 years, because in the new trilogy, they made like a shitty new theme, a new soundtrack that had elements of the older stuff.
Sorry,
and
it's the same theme they've been using for 40 years, minus a 10-year transitional period where they stopped using it.
Yeah, yeah. I hope they stick to the John Williams soundtrack with this new one. Instead of trying to make their own shit, because I mean the original John Williams is just iconic. Like all of that music is iconic, you know. You gotta stick with it.
Did you see the "We Ain't Found Shit" Easter egg?
No.
When the Millennium Falcon is being chased by that TIE fighter, did I get any of those right?
Yes.
Did you say Millennium Falcon? Because if you did, you get a high five.
The Millennium Falcon.
Well, he's getting chased by that into like the little like tunnel or thing in the desert. I don't know, was that like a broken ship or something? If you look down like in the sand, it's very tiny, but there's two dudes holding a comb in the desert. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Actually, that's really funny.
It was on Reddit. It was hilarious.
That's what I mean. That's why I think this movie could be really good, because J.J. Abrams loves the property, and also George Lucas does not exist within it at all. Like, he is nowhere near it, and those are two good things that make me say this could be really good. And like I said, he says all the right things. You know, he's mixing live action and practical effects with CG, which is what you need to do, because if you don't do that, then it looks ugly and shitty. I mean, look at the new trilogy; it looked ugly and shitty. You know, so he's doing all the right things. He's saying all the right things, and that trailer looked amazing. Like, that looked really fucking good.
There's the image, by the way, Rob. If you wanna.
Oh yeah, I do want to see that. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, that trailer looked incredible. Oh, that's fucking great. That's awesome. They're even wearing the same kind of outfit too.
Well, I think the zoomed in image is from the movie, but you're supposed to just infer.
Yeah. Oh no, that's good. That's funny. Yeah, no, I don't know. He loves the property. Like, he's probably gonna it's a passion project, and that is what you want out of something like Star Wars. Like, Stephen Moffat, who's the showrunner of Doctor Who, says he doesn't hire. Now, of course, Stephen Moffat, you know, everybody has mixed feelings on him in general, but I do think he actually is a good showrunner in general. I mean, look at Sherlock. Sherlock's fucking amazing. And I think he's very passionate about Doctor Who. What he says when he hires writers is he doesn't necessarily hire the best writer. He has to hire a writer that's very good, but also really loves Doctor Who. Like, it needs to be someone who is really passionate about it, because that's the only kind of writer he wants to hire. And that's what Abrams looks like. Abrams looks like, right now, it seems like he probably grew up loving Star Wars and being enthralled as anybody else, and now he gets like a dream project to make something in the new trilogy, and that's cool, man. Like, that's really cool. I have high hopes for it. It looks pretty fucking awesome. And the trailer itself, you know, also is like the lines in the trailer is just straight up it's quoting Return of the Jedi. Luke says, you know, the Force is strong in my family. I have it. Yeah.
I want to say that Mark Hamill recording for that trailer, they must have used like some shitty USB condenser mic because you can actually hear like the static when the mic breaks in it's so bad. I was wondering,
really?
yeah, I don't know why did they use such a shitty microphone or didn't process it correctly, but you can totally hear it. Like turn the trailer up a little bit and listen to it with earphones. You can hear the static break in when he's speaking.
I didn't
That's
notice
because
that.
he probably called in the lines.
Yeah, right. He did it
He
over
didn't take
Skype.
the trip out.
Yeah. He's actually just like an amazing voice actor as well. He famously plays the Joker in like probably the best version of the Joker. So, you know. But yeah, I don't know.
Arkham Asylum.
And then fucking John Boyega is in it too.
John Bodega?
John Boyega. He was in Attack the Block. He was the main character in Attack the Block, and he was fucking brilliant in that. Like, he was really good in Attack the Block. I mean, that movie's just great.
Attack the Block, huh?
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen Attack the Block?
I have not.
I'd really like you to say Attack the Block a lot more.
Attack the Block.
Attack the Block.
Dude, that movie's really good. I really like that film, and I love John Boyega in that movie, so I'm excited to see him in Star Wars. Like, that's... Man, I'm that trailer. I was hyped for Star Wars already, but when I watched that trailer, and then also there was this really good. You guys all saw Interstellar, right?
Yeah.
No spoilers or anything, but there was a Matthew McConaughey reacts.
Oh yeah.
to the Force Awakens trailer, and it's the scene that you would expect.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really good actually. Like, it was really well done. Yeah. So Austin's riding the hype train. I'm riding the hype train. It seems like Nick, you're not riding the hype train on it.
I'm just tired of hearing about Star Wars. I'm sorry. It's just like it never pulled me in the first place, and the degree with which everyone gets so whipped up by it every time, it's just not interesting to me. I mean, I'll probably see it eventually,
agree with
but
that,
it's like,
I mean, I will see the movie at this point.
I'm gonna watch it in theaters. Like, I'm going to the theater and I'm watching it. And if nobody wants to go with me, fuck them. I'll watch that movie alone. I don't give a fuck.
That's what I did with Interstellar. I mean, I was like, I'm seeing that movie. I'm seeing.
Yeah. I have to see it. I mean, I have to see that movie. Like, I need to. I need to know if it's good. Because if it's good, imagine if it's good. Imagine the world that we'll live in, where a new generation will fall in love with Star Wars off of a new movie, not just the old ones. Dude, that would be so fucking awesome.
I was really hoping we could just kind of like put this whole Star Wars thing behind us.
No, that's not going to happen. Disney owns the property, which means that they're going to own the copyright to Star Wars for the next 500 years, so... Also, I tweeted about this, but think about this. Disney owns LucasArts. Disney owns Marvel. Disney owns Pixar. So every major blockbuster, pretty much, except for like Batman vs. Superman, that is going to be coming out this year and probably the following years to come, Disney is going to get the money from that.
Yeah.
And Disney owns Machinima, and yet they couldn't pay shit for anything.
Yeah.
Fuck Machinima.
Yeah. Disney does tend to be hands off with their studios.
Wait, was it Machinima or was it TGS?
No, Disney bought Polaris.
Polaris,
yeah.
I had it back. Alright, fuck them too, though.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, Disney owns all that shit, so I mean, they're gonna make a lot of fucking money. Like, a lot of money. I mean, especially after I can't imagine that The Force Awakens isn't going to break box office records. Like, I think it might sell more than Avatar. Might happen.
Is Avatar still #1?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, nothing else came out. Oh, maybe The Avengers.
No, I don't think it did.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, that's...
I mean, if they keep putting out trailers like the Force Awakens trailer that they just launched... I don't even have to watch the trailer to get goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about the trailer.
Dude, why? Why?
Because it's my childhood. Like, Star Wars is my childhood.
It's like 30 years before your childhood.
No, that doesn't matter. I watched it when I was a child and fell in love with it like those kids in the 70s did. and I still love it. I mean, it's still awesome, and I'm super pumped. It is my childhood, and my childhood was partly ruined because of George Lucas's shitty new trilogy, and it was very sad to me to see that go. And being able to actually be alive in a time when a new Star Wars comes out and it could be good, that's super exciting for me because the old trilogy is already my childhood. Imagine this new trilogy being good. For me, that's like super exciting.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I just feel like 90% of what makes Star Wars good is people grabbing each other and jumping up and down and going, oh my god, Star Wars. Like, the actual movies, I don't feel hold up to nearly the degree that warrants this level of hype. And it's fine, you can be excited about whatever you want, that's just how I see it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean...
It's just like a thing you're supposed to like. It's like the Beatles.
Yes and no, though. I mean, I don't know. There are a lot of things to like in Star Wars, though. And, I mean, it's sort of like what I was talking about in, like, a couple episodes ago. You know, the thing about Star Wars is that they hint at a much larger universe, and that's really exciting to me. That's the kind of games I like, too. And, hey, who knows? Maybe the reason I like those games is because I was influenced by Star Wars. I don't know. But, like, I like Zelda, I like Dark Souls, that hints at a larger universe that you can't really grasp or comprehend, that's hidden away. You know, that's really exciting and really fun, and that's something that Star Wars does really well. And then, you know, also Jedi are fucking awesome on top of that, and then they made them fucking annoying and lame in the new trilogy. But now they're going to be awesome again.
Left and right by, like, a single dude.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, they're just like getting like you just get to see a bunch of Jedi go down from like a blaster fire and stuff, and also like the fights are just fucking ridiculous in the new trilogy where they're just jumping around and doing a bunch of crazy shit. Like I like when in the original trilogy, the lightsaber wasn't clearly the best weapon in the universe. Because you have missiles and fucking flamethrowers and blasters and stuff and all this shit, and they all fuck shit up. And yeah, Luke could deflect laser blaster fire and stuff, and he did kick some ass and stuff like that. But the way that it's described is it's a more elegant weapon for a more civilized age. It's not really meant for war. It's like it's meant for like single combat in like a duel type of situation where it's like more honorable and civil. Like that's what it's not like. Jedis aren't supposed to be like these super badass like killing machines that can take down. I don't know, man. It's just and the new trilogy. There's a million Jedis.
It's Tron for fucking medieval era.
And then they made it so that the Jedi like can't have sex with people and stuff like that. And it's like, why are they priests now? Like why did they make that? Yeah, right. Well, and that's the other thing that I fucking hated about the new trilogy. Just because Obi-Wan Kenobi wears a bunch of robes in the fucking desert on a desert planet doesn't mean every Jedi lives on a desert planet and has to wear the same kind of robes. You know, like why does every Jedi have to wear fucking Obi-Wan's outfit in A New Hope?
Because they made the whole connection between Christianity and their mythology, and they wanted to continue that throughout with every bit of iconography they could figure out.
Yeah, maybe George Lucas did. It was fucking stupid.
No, but that is why, though. They wanted to make them seem like actual, you know, priests.
Yeah.
Because that gave them the holy side, whereas Darth Vader was the devil side.
Yeah.
Priests with laser swords.
And it's much easier to demonize something when you can do it. It's literally black and white. Like, they do that.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying, though.
I don't want my Jedi the opposite of what movies should be about. Movies are the part where you pick apart the gray area of life, not the black and white. That's when you've failed at storytelling.
And that's what's cool about the original trilogy. None of it really was black and white. You know, you have the whole like Lando Calrissian thing where it's like, okay, he did sell out his friends, but also like he hadn't seen them in years and they parted badly, and then on top of that, like it's his whole life that he'd have to sacrifice for some people that he hasn't seen in years. He doesn't really care. Like how do you feel about Lando Calrissian? Did he fuck up? Did he not? Is Darth Vader really the bad guy at the end of the day? I mean, is he a victim of circumstance? Should Luke be the perfect Jedi?
Well, he kind of blew up a planet, Rob.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of bad guy stuff.
Technically, he didn't blow up the planet. It was Grand Moff Tarkin that blew up the planet. in the Death Star.
All right, sure.
Darth Vader in the movies, he doesn't do, like, the only evil shit that you ever see him really do is he kills his own commanders, which are douchebags. I mean, they're the guys who go around blowing up planets and stuff. And the only thing that he's really trying to do is he's trying to get Luke to come on his side and you know, kill the Emperor and make a better place for the universe, because the Emperor is evil and he understands that and he wants a better world. So, like, is Darth Vader really a bad guy? And also, is Luke really that much of a good guy? Because it's always shown in the movies, like, okay, in the extended universe, there's dark Jedi and white Jedi and then gray Jedi or something like that. Luke is always kind of like a gray Jedi, basically. Like, he's not the olden ways of the old Republic kind of stuff, you know?
Because he's a stupid kid.
Yeah.
Why do we care so much about this stupid kid? I never understood it.
Well, he does become a badass over the course of the entire movie's trilogy lineup, so hardened by war and
try to bang his sister though.
Well, in fairness, at the time he didn't know it was his sister.
Still was his sister though.
Also, I will say it wasn't him that initiated, so you know.
Why is he supposed to know that, really?
That it's his sister?
Yeah, like everybody acts like he did something wrong. Like,
well, yeah, no, he doesn't.
He doesn't
when he
know.
Becomes, when he becomes
doesn't matter if you know or not.
Are you supposed to have a genetic detector that's like, oh, mismatch?
Well, when he did become a Jedi in Return of the Jedi, when he was actually like a full-fledged Jedi Knight, then he sensed that she was his sister. But
the midichlorians.
Imagine if that's how it actually worked. Like if you're just about to have sex with someone else, and right before you're about to initiate, you get this feeling, and you're like, oh no, oh
it's like
God.
You get that Isaac item that like bends the tears out of your way. Only it like is the vagina with the penis that does that. It's like, whoa, where'd it go?
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't know I had a sibling. I'm gonna go. I'll call you.
Oh, and then when you see the Darth Vader helmet in the trailer, oh my God.
Yeah, it's iconography that's been around for a long time.
It's so good. It looks really good. Oh, and then also the other thing is they came out with a new trailer for Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh, yeah, the game engine footage trailer.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, they might as well just have posted in bold fucking letters. The game won't look like this. Just everywhere. Yeah. It should have just been, that should have been the trailer.
Yeah, like, I know. I went in so people were hyped like oh yeah, the new Battlefront looks really good, and I like watched the trailer and it's like, oh, when are they gonna get to the actual gameplay footage though? Because it's all pre-rendered, every bit of it.
I probably pre-rendered on some supercomputer too. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. I have a feeling though. Well, I don't think I need to have a feeling for this. They're going to show Battlefront 3 at E3, and so that's probably where we're going to see the first gameplay.
And it's also going to be doctored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, no, it will. Don't. Every game is now.
Yeah.
You get away from it.
I can't believe you even question that.
Oh, yeah, no. I forgot that we live in the world that we do. But, yeah, it's going to have the Watch Dogs,
up until the day
Dark
it
Souls
releases,
2.
it's going to look fucking awesome. And then it won't.
Yeah. Yeah, but that said, I'm still like pretty excited for that, because they did show some things in the pre-rendered trailer that that relate to the gameplay that is pretty important. Like, for instance, they showed an AT-AT on Endor, which an AT-AT was never on Endor. So that kind of shows that, you know, okay, so maybe it's like an expansion of like in Battlefront and Battlefront 2, you only ever got to play with the vehicles that actually were at those battles. But, you know, maybe those battles are they're going to be more vehicles. All the vehicles are going to be available on every map. That's pretty cool. Also, they showed a Y-wing airstrike on the AT-AT, which would then also suggest that we're going to have a mixed-in aerial and ground combat at the same time, which is pretty fucking cool, because that wasn't ever in the Battlefront series either. Well, I mean, there was, but not to the degree that it shows in the pre-rendered trailer. Also, I don't think this was confirmed yet, before this trailer, but in the trailer they show Darth Vader lighting up a lightsaber to go fuck up some
a blunt.
Yeah, lighting up a blunt. So now you get to smoke weed in the game. That's great. Everyone loves that. No, but they do see Darth Vader shooting up heroin.
So now you can do heroin in the game too. Then they showed him snorting a line and then smoking some crack. Oh my god.
They showed Darth Vader firing up his lightsaber. You could still use firing up for like a bong or something, whatever. Anyway, he has a lightsaber and he's about to attack some rebels, which means that, well, I guess it doesn't necessarily mean, but it definitely, it's like 90% assured that confirms that they're gonna bring back the Battlefront 2 mechanic of allowing you to get like a kill streak and play as a hero on the map. Which is fucking sweet, because that was awesome in Battlefront 2, where, like, you know, you get 5 kills in a row, and all of a sudden you get to be Boba Fett and stuff, and go around blowing people away. That's fucking sweet. So that's cool. What they didn't show in the pre-rendered trailer is space battles, so that kind of scares me, because that means that maybe there aren't space battles, which would be really unfortunate.
It's already been confirmed that there aren't.
Oh, really?
I don't listen to me. I just think I read that, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that would be pretty lame. But then, but also, what's really shitty is, you know, back in the day they were making Battlefront 3, and they canceled it, and I don't know why they canceled it, because they already had a bunch of cool shit.
I thought.
Yeah, I mean basically.
That's
but it's like, why didn't they
put
more money? Yeah, but they could have just put more money into the studio. It wasn't like it was a it was like under EA, and the games already showed that they were selling well. But part of the reason it probably, you know, failed money-wise is because they were very ambitious. And you can even see the old Battlefront 3 footage is really awesome, because what they were doing, like, years ago, was they had it so that the space battles and the ground battles happened simultaneously in a massive multiplayer environment. And you could even... They showed this. They had it working in the game engine, where you can be shooting. You can get in a dogfight in an X-wing versus a TIE fighter, kill the TIE fighter, and then they need ground support down there, and fly towards the planet, and seamlessly, without loading or anything, go right into the battle that's going on down on the ground. Which is really cool. The problem with that,
though, is that you now have access to a whole planet where only like one tiny pinpoint on that planet is a battle.
No, you don't really have access to the whole planet.
Well, but I mean, that's really shallow, though, if you don't, because then you're just, it's literally a toggle. You're just toggling between space and ground.
Not really, though, because it's a seamless transition between the space and ground, and then on top of that, I mean, all first-person shooters are like that anyway, right? You have a closed-off battlefield. You don't get to keep going for the size of the entire planet.
How does space stop you from going through it?
It just sends you back around.
Does the Star Fox thing?
I hate that.
It does the Star Fox thing. Yeah, it just sends you back around. So
make a solid invisible wall that kills you instantly. That's better.
Yeah. So it's fine. I mean, it's just like a bigger map, but the transition is seamless, and it actually looked really good as well. So it's unfortunate if they're not going to do space battles and not use that technology. Because that would be really fucking... How cool would that be? Being able to, like, go off and, like, we destroyed the Star Destroyer. Now we can send the fighter team down to the ground to provide air support to the ground battle.
They should hook up with No Man's Sky. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully that game is good.
Yeah, I really hope it's good.
Well, I mean, they've at least demonstrated they can do a transition between space and a planet.
They can do that, at least. Which is good. The rest of the game...
I laughed a little bit during that whole exchange, because we did the whole weed joke thing. This video is going to come out on 420.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, I hope
Dank
you guys
day for that.
Yeah, you guys are probably stoned out of your mind watching this video right now.
I don't know if you can even understand the words we're saying anymore.
Probably not. Is that a killer lion behind you?
Oh no, the police are outside right now. They are watching.
Actually, there was as far as like
your mom just came home.
Yeah, no, see that's more along the lines, because whenever people do like
turn on the fan
jokes of how what weed's like. They always do like weird shit where people are like hallucinating, like there's a fucking elephant here. Is like, I think you're thinking of a different drug. However, The Onion did a really good video of
oh, I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's really good. Where like at one point the newscaster is like, yes, everyone knows you're high and everyone is watching you right now. And stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, man.
Your mom's gonna be able to smell it in your room, just so you know.
She is, yeah.
She's not gonna say anything, but she's gonna think about it for a long time.
She will. She definitely will. Like, if you thought that you could get away with it at dinner, like, she has no idea.
No, yeah, she can tell.
Yeah, she could tell.
She can see your eyes. She can see how you're speaking. She knows what it smells like.
Yeah.
You're in trouble.
Yeah,
buddy.
Your mom's been around the block, believe me.
Your mom knows. Your mom has been all around the block. Rob knows.
Yeah. My block, specifically.
Yeah.
She's been on my block a lot. Been having
I think we're insinuating that... Yeah, okay, he just said it now.
Yeah, I know. I'll just say it right now. I'll just say it right out.
Yeah.
Did I ever... I still can't believe this happened one time. But my mother actually offered to smoke weed with me and my brother.
Wow.
Why? Yeah, I was really surprised by it because my brother smokes a lot of weed, and she wanted to try it. And he was like, "You want to do this?" I was like, "Really? You just offering to do this?"
You should have taken her up on that.
I think, well, we never got around to the point. We were all drunk, so we kind of forgot about it.
Oh, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Not
what
that I've ever...
family gathering. Oh, my God.
Our family likes to drink. That's what something we like to do.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want your first weed experience to be when you're really, really fucking plastered.
No.
Not that I've ever tried marijuana, because I abide by the law.
Oh, yeah, no, that story I just told is actually completely not true.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an anecdotal thing.
Mm-hmm. An anecdote that didn't happen.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's all the news that I had to talk about, I think.
Yeah, I think
that's why it didn't register to me as anything, because it was all movie trailers.
Yeah.
And I just don't care about those.
Dude.
Yeah.
A movie's gonna come out! Oh my god!
You know what? The thing is, though, there is an art to movie trailers, and you can do them
and it's
wrong.
long forgotten.
Oh god, what was the was it Terminator, I think? Literally, the most recent Terminator trailer is literally the entire movie.
Yeah, just show me the whole movie. Just
I'm not even
having me go to it.
Yeah.
It's everything except the climax of the movie.
I'm show after the climax.
Don't know, that's messy.
Yeah.
But they showed every plot point the movie had to offer in the trailer.
Dude, I actually one time when I was looking for movies that I wanted to watch, I saw a movie that had like I think it was like Samuel L. Jackson and like
Snakes on a Plane.
I think Colin Farrell or something, and it was about like it was about a lawyer or some shit. I don't know exactly. And I watched the trailer. It literally was the entire film. Like, the movie starts with a hit and run, and then he thinks no one sees him, and then all of a sudden someone does see him. And then you know, he eventually tries to get away with it and whatever, and he keeps going. And then eventually the guy comes back and starts fucking with him over it. And then the trailer continues. And it's like, you could have ended there, and it would have been like, oh, okay. Yeah, I get the premise. And then it goes through every beat of what happens in the story up until the very fucking end. And then it's like, yeah, and then what happens there at the end of the movie? Well, like, what, are you going to show me the last half hour of the film? Is that the only fucking part of the film? Like, what? Why would you make a trailer like that?
There was another one about, it's like some kind of horror movie where this guy and his girlfriend are going to like some town or something. And then like, it starts to just go through the whole movie. Like these dudes kind of get, and they kind of mess with the dude's girlfriend, and I think they eventually like sexually assault her or something. And
Jesus.
then yeah, they keep going, and suddenly now the protagonist, the main guy, has an axe, and they show him killing some of the dudes, and it's like, wait, I feel like this is something I should be finding out in the movie. Like that's the end of the movie, right? He kills the dudes.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing after that. Do they go to court? I don't understand. But yeah, that needs to stop happening.
Yeah,
I loved horror movies where they would show you the biggest scare moments of the whole movie, and then you go and you wait through it, and you're like, oh, saw that one, and saw that one. Good. Glad I bought that fucking ticket. That was a great time.
Yeah. See, that is one form of horrible trailer. Another form of horrible trailer is the trailer where it has a bunch of like text, like, no movie has ever blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah, and it fades in like 2 seconds of movie, and then back to text again.
Exactly, and then it like does like the Inception horn, like wah, like it like throws sound at you in your face, and then slowly gets faster, and then it does the whoop, and then it's like, you know, it's flashing black, and also the images on the movie, and like the people are like, what do, oh, and explosions, and it's just like
all sci-fi thrillers, right? That's pretty much everything in the last 10 years.
Sci-fi, horror, and action movies do that, and it's like oh,
found footage movies.
Great. There's some explosions and stuff. Awesome, great, awesome trailer. The fucking Star Wars Force Awakens trailer is exactly how you make a good movie trailer. Put in a little bit of fan service, put in a little bit of like what the characters are doing, maybe an explosion here and there, some cool fucking sound effects and stuff like that. Get me hyped for the movie, and tell me nothing about what the story is about. I have no idea what The Force Awakens is going to be about. Nobody knows what The Force Awakens is going to be about, and that's awesome. That's how you should do it, because I don't want to go in knowing anything about what this story is going to be.
You can only do that for a Star Wars movie, though.
Well, no, they are gonna probably have bad trailers soon. Like the two trailers are still only teaser trailers.
Yeah.
So that gives you the clue.
People care to find out the premise at the movie theater because it's a Star Wars movie. But if you want to sell a movie nobody's ever heard of, you need to know the premise most of the time.
Well, you can know the premise. I understand. Well, that teaser trailer still gives away the premise. It's about Luke. You know, Luke says the line from Return of the Jedi. You know, the Force is strong in my family. My sister has it. I have it. And then he says a line that's not in the Return of the Jedi quote. He says, "And you have it, or you have it too." So that gives you basically the premise. There's a new Jedi. There's a new guy who's going to be trained.
There's so many Jedis in the freaking last trilogy.
See, that's the thing, is that just forget the new trilogy ever happened, because they're like thousands of Jedi.
Sometimes they have purple lightsabers, sometimes they have yellow lightsabers, sometimes they have 65 arms that all have lightsabers in them. They all have lightsabers. Who cares?
Yeah. See, that's the new trilogy is garbage. In the original trilogy, like, lightsabers were a very rare commodity, as were Jedis. There were like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah.
Sorry, you said it funny.
So, did they retcon the new trilogy out of existence?
No, they didn't. But they did retcon the expanded universe.
You can't say that then.
What do you mean?
That they're not a rare commodity again because that still exists.
No, they probably are. I mean, this only takes place like 20, 30 years after the original trilogy, right?
So I mean, they killed all the Jedis and took their lightsabers away? Is that the idea?
Well, no, all the Jedi were dead by the beginning of A New Hope, basically, except for, like, you know, a few scattered throughout the universe. Right. So, I mean, yeah, Luke probably has a new Jedi temple, and he's probably, you know, training new Jedi. Did they kill Samuel Jackson? But, yeah, Samuel Jackson.
I forgot.
He died in the third one.
Did they kill the younglings?
Yeah, they killed the younglings. Darth Vader did that, yeah.
Honestly, the second and third one were like hallucinations that washed over me. Actually, the beginning of the third one was not awful. Sorry, the first and second one were awful. The third one was okay.
Third one was alright, yeah. But not, like, it was okay for, like, a movie, sorta, but it was an awful Star Wars film. Like, it was real bad. But it was, that one at least is watchable. The first two are just like, I actually watched it the other day because Maul made me watch Attack of the Clones after much convincing. She took a long time to convince me, and she initially wanted to watch by far. No, I think Phantom Menace was the worst one.
Really? I can't stand Attack of the Clones.
Dude, Phantom Menace has the entire Jar Jar Binks story arc.
I know.
That one is clearly the worst one. The
weird failed love story though, and like all
that one's really bad. But at least you know the bad love story happened. But at least I didn't hear "Mr. So sorry, Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi." Like, shut the fuck up, Jar Jar. Can you just slip on that thing and then fall off a balcony and never exist ever in the universe ever again? Oh God, why did they think Jar Jar Binks was a good idea? And then the shitty kid with the pod. I mean, the pod racing itself was pretty cool, but the shitty kid, like, oh yeah, I'm Anakin and I'm sad about my mom and being a slave and stuff. It's like, I don't give a shit when Luke or when fucking Anakin is like, I want him to be a badass Darth Vader. Like,
you very specifically know why they put Jar Jar Binks in that movie. It was to appeal to a kid's demographic and sell fucking plush dolls of him. That's why he exists in that movie. He's the comic relief. They position him that way very intentionally.
Yeah.
The whole tone of those 3 movies followed sort of the Harry Potter premise, where it's supposed to be like you grew up with them. Yeah. Only they did it across 3 movies, and it was really heavy-handed and awful.
Yeah. Actually, like in the second movie, we were watching this shitty love story, and I was just like, I was like yelling, like, give me a fucking break. Like, there's like one line where he's like, it just hurts because I'm so in love with you. Like, oh, shut the fuck. Who wrote this? A 5-year-old? Was it like a 6-year-old man?
His face, too. He looked like he was shitting half the time when he was delivering his lines.
God, it was so bad. There are a few shining points in those films, though. Namely, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, who did a brilliant job. Man, that's it.
That's it.
I'm trying to think of other ones.
The other one was pretending it's not weird that Samuel L. Jackson's a Jedi.
Yeah, well, he was pretty cool.
That's
basically
really...
he was a badass.
That's true.
I mean,
I can't see Samuel L. Jackson.
I love that guy. He's a great actor. It just didn't match for me. I'm like, I saw this guy in Pulp Fiction. What is he doing in this fucking Disney movie, basically? Like, it's too weird of a role. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a Disney movie. I'm just saying it's like it was presented.
Well, it is now.
Well, it is now, but at the time it wasn't. I'm sorry. I just need to explain everything because the comments are gonna.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's. And then General Grievous is just like, I don't care.
That's the arms guy?
Yeah, it's Arm Lord.
He's a robot, right?
Yeah.
He's a general, but he's a robot.
Obi-Wan, though, like, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan was really good. Like, he was... And, in fact, Obi-Wan was written very well, I'd say. I think he was pretty cool.
No, but what's great is that the swords, the laser swords that they use had 2 sides now, which is going to be really fun for the kids to buy.
Didn't one of them have, like, a curved hilt? Or not curved hilt, but curved handle?
Oh, yeah, actually, that's another shining point, is Christopher Lee as Count Dooku.
Yeah, I remember that was a pretty cool... Like, it doesn't matter, but it was still pretty cool that it was curved. I don't know why.
Because it looks like a fencing thing. He looks like he's fencing instead of, swinging a giant...
I guess.
Sword.
Did they do an axe yet?
I want someone to just like put a bunch of lightsabers and then tape at the bottoms to like a ball, so it's just a giant spike ball of lightsabers and just roll it down a hill or something.
Well, that last trailer they were kind of trying to go in that direction, right?
Oh yeah, he has the hill.
They do have they have the hand guard. What's weird about the hand guard? I've talked about this too when the first trailer came out, which I was not that hyped about. You remember in the Magic episode, actually, it was just like, it could be interesting. The handguard is weird, and I said this last time too, because, like, in the original trilogy, you see a lightsaber, and you're like, oh, a sweet laser that can cut through anything. That's cool. That seems incredibly dangerous to train with. Won't you fuck up your hand, like, really easily? And Star Wars was always like, no, you don't need a handguard. It's fine. You don't need that. And then, in the new movie... they show a lightsaber with a handguard, and it's like, so then are we to expect that the Jedi existed for like 10,000 years and then never figured out, like, oh yeah, it'd probably be pretty good if we protected our hands?
Maybe there'd be 2 sects that never talked to each other that had different philosophies on the matter.
Maybe. I don't know, man.
Maybe that one dude was a rogue, how Darth Maul was, right?
Maybe the technology to redirect the light of the lightsaber is a very difficult technology.
Maybe he used the rare unobtainium crystal, which always diverts it in 3 different directions at once.
I actually really hate Avatar. It's not a good movie.
It's a rare crystal that you can tell because of the name, Rob. That's how you know. It's for you. So you know, every time you talk about it, that it is rare. It's to help
Honestly, the way that story progresses in Avatar is about as bad as the new trilogy of Star Wars.
Oh, it's not that
Luckily, bad. No. It is. The only thing is, the story progression in Star Wars is only, like, emphasized by how bad the dialogue is written. At least, like, the dialogue in Avatar, at least, was not written poorly. Story progression was, like, just as bad.
I like the part where they have sex with their spinal columns in Avatar. That's pretty cool.
They don't. That's the deleted.
I'm sorry,
scene.
the dreadlocks, right? It was their dreadlocks.
It's a deleted scene though.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Yes.
Why do I know about it? Because I don't think I ever watched the DVD.
Maybe you saw a video about it.
Oh, maybe.
That wasn't in the.
Or maybe I just guessed.
So if they have sex with their dreadlocks, then does that mean that they have sex with those dragons?
Okay, that
Yes.
was why it was snooze because that's probably why they took it out too.
Yeah, they're just fucking the dragon every time.
Well, or
That's-
sex doesn't mean what you think it means. Right? It's not the same level. It's not procreation sex, it's intimacy sex, or it's connection sex.
I don't
still
want
real
to talk
weird.
about this.
Yeah, that's still.
No, you're bringing all your
that's
human
still-
issues to blue people
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Sorry, do they have a name? Like,
The
Navi, right.
Not
I
a
knew that.
sincere, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or the fairy from Ocarina of Time. She
Right.
really gets around.
She's also blue.
Yeah, that's a good
That's why,
point.
that's why the connection's made.
Mhm.
Can she fuck a dragon too?
I think she has. Yeah, Volvagia.
Volvagia? Did she fuck with? That's
She
a
fucked the
fan fiction. I want to
Bellagio
read.
Hotel?
That is
Navi X Volvagia. Gonna fuck him right in the Volvagia.
Exactly. Yeah, the Volvagina.
What is happening? I've gone so far off the rails now. I don't know what's happening.
Well, we're actually at an hour and 30 minutes, so we should probably end on a fairy fucking dragon.
End on fairy dragon and sex.
You know what's funny about that is we imagine that the dragon is the one that's not doing the fucking. That's the part that's getting fucked by the fairy. So,
Right. The dominant fairy that
Yeah.
is like 4 tons
its-
less heavy than the dragon.
Using its light penis to penetrate
It's
the
also like a
Volvagina.
lady, right? It's like a lady penetrating a man in that case.
I think Volvagia might be a girl, actually.
Oh,
I-
alright.
Oh shit, I don't know now, and that makes me sad because I'd like to think that I'd know that.
Mm.
I mean,
Look
anybody
it
can
up.
penetrate anybody they want. You could be a dragon, you could be a fairy, you penetrate
Look at
everybody.
the Zeldapedia.
That's
Yeah, look
true.
at the Zeldapedia, the Harumapedia.
Oh, look at the Zeldapedia.
Volvagia.
Well, new magics every Monday and Friday. Let's not increase this level of fan fiction that needs to be
Ocarina.
happening.
No, it is
Yeah.
a dude. It's a fucking
It's a dude.
Yeah,
Volvagia's a dude.
So it's a
Oh.
lady fucking a dude. It's like pegging then.
Is Navi a lady? I guess, yeah.
You know, in some animal relationships, it happens that way.
Are we really gonna bring science into
I'm
this,
just
Rob?
saying.
Really
you
gonna
know,
bring science into
the-
this
was it
dragon
the
fairy
octopus?
relationship?
maybe fairies and dragons are compatible. That's all.
They
I'm
have
saying.
like octopus have like
They're
a
in the
barb,
same
right?
egg group.
They shoot
There's
the barb
some
through
weird.
it.
There's some weird sex that happens in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Like for instance, anglerfish, which are those really weird fish that have the
They have
really
a light.
long teeth and the light on their head. You know, those ones, you think of the anglerfish, those are all the females. The ones with the light on their head and the giant teeth.
Sure.
The males are tiny, like they're little tiny like tadpole like things, and the way that they impregnate the women is they attach to their skin and then dissolve into them, killing themselves but impregnating the
Yeah.
lady.
No, I can relate to that feeling.
That's how Navi would do it? She'd just...
Yeah, maybe she would just attach to
Dissolve
Volvagia.
into the dragon and impregnate it.
Yeah,
The male dragon. Well, seahorses, the males carry the baby.
that's I was gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, actually, on the theme of seahorses, where like the males
On
get
the
impregnated.
theme of seahorses.
Where the males get impregnated by the females. I always thought about that, like, is there any kind of scientific precedent for that being the only thing that does that? Or did, like, one scientist who was, like, really egotistical fuck it up one time and was like, no, but it's totally the male. Like, it's the man. He's the one getting impregnated by the female.
You mean they've never checked the seahorses after the time that one scientist checked it? Is that
No,
what
I'm
you're
just saying, like, maybe he's just calling it that and doesn't... There's no
he just
scientific
can't.
backing for...
He can't sex the seahorses properly, so
Well,
no
yeah,
one
like, he
knows.
fucked it up at first, and he was like,
He
oh,
fucked
that's weird. And
So we've
then,
just been calling him male the whole time.
Yeah, and it's just like some guy didn't
No
want
one bothered to
like,
check.
like he fucked up. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's like many marine biologists out there.
I'm sure, but you know. Anyway, Mondays and Fridays, new magic, seahorses, fuck on the next
It just
one.
happens.
Leave your comments down
Seahorses,
below.
Fuck dragons.
Yeah, they do. It'll be a good time. Like Cedra. Anyway, thanks for
Dissolve into your
watching.
skin.
Go fuck yourself.
Bye, guys.
Dissolve into your own skin.
Stop.
Bye.